Happy New Year, everybody. Today is January 3rd, 2021. First time I'm saying that, 2021. Par for the discourse. Erica is coming to you from Brooklyn, and I'm Nicole coming from Madrid. So this is our first chat 2021. Let's see how many times I'm going to fuck that up and say 2020. Because you know how you always, when you first start writing the new year, you don't write it correctly for a while?
It's more writing than saying. But yeah, you always write the date and you just got used to. But I mean, really, being the year that it was, I didn't really write the date down that much this year.
That's true too. And it's not like we're magically in a new wonder world now either.
Right.
Not to carry the negativity into the next, but let's be honest. Let's be honest. So I'm coming to you here with this headband, which I never wear.
I've totally influenced your style. I like the earrings, the hoops with it. Looks very nice. And the hood.
What happened was my hair was all flat. This wasn't actually like a style problem. It was more like, let's fix the problem that's there.
I'm loving your hair. Letting the curls go, it looks great.
But I might actually keep this thing in. I like it. But anyway.
So I know how your New Year's was. Anything happen exciting on New Year's Day? How has the week been?
Very low key. We've become the jerks that have now gone around the building, or let's see who stayed home and who left. Let's see who broke the curfew and who, So when it was dark, when we were taking a walk around the building, we're like, okay, our neighbors downstairs are home. Our neighbors next door are not. We're looking and pointing the finger to start the year off right.
I mean, listen, they could have another place that they go to that nobody else is at. Maybe they have a second home.
Yeah, let's give them the benefit of that.
Let's think, maybe they have a vacation home somewhere that no one else is at.
Yeah, maybe.
It just got really bright in here. It's been raining. It's a rainy Sunday here. So have you had any interactions with your neighbors? Have you seen anybody? Is it really a ghost town?
I haven't seen anyone, and actually you're the first person I'm saying Happy New Year to out loud. I have to start saying that when you go outside now. I don't know. I haven't said that to anyone yet because I haven't been out in the real world.
I mean, because we haven't done no one is enforcing a lockdown. The only thing that is shut down are, restaurants and bars. The streets are packed. I mean, people are just walking around, going wherever. Doesn't really feel like, other than the restaurants and bars.
Stores here are packed. The stores are packed. You lines to get into the stores, but we have some weird curfew from 12 to 6. You're not allowed out. So nobody was out New Year's unless they were at somebody's house already. There was nobody in the streets or anything like that.
And are there usually fireworks or anything like that?
Yeah, there were. I don't know who was setting those off, but there were some. We didn't do anything. We watched TV, danced around the living room, ate some nachos, and went to bed. That's pretty much what we did. What was your
Yeah. Danced around. Me and Domi, you can see him in the corner there. He's looking out the window right now. Me and Domi danced a little bit, and I rang in the new year like I usually do, accidentally drinking too much champagne, and right after the ball drops, I throw up.
Okay, well, why break tradition?
It's probably the third or fourth, maybe fifth time that's how I've rung in the new year. Maybe more than that, if I really think about it. But I always, I do something stupid like mix. I remember one year we went out and I had, whatever we were drinking with dinner, and then went someplace and got champagne, and it just the mix.
Yeah, and the champagne doesn't go down well. I don't know what it is, but.
Yeah, and for some reason, I like champagne. I don't know why. Like you said, you don't really like it. I do like the taste of it, but then I start drinking it like it's water.
Yeah. You like your Prosecco too, which Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
But
and
that goes down. That goes down better though for some reason. That like I don't know. Doesn't.
it's just Italian champagne. It's the same thing,
Yeah.
right?
So
So what else has been going on? Somebody bothered you this week,
somebody.
or I don't know.
No. No, I'm just still looking at the dumb behaviors because I don't know if you've. We can compare notes here because we're in different parts of the world, but I'm sure it's the same. Where everyone's got this idea now, like, oh, the vaccine's coming, so we can just do whatever we want now. Where like in the next 2-3 weeks is going to be pretty bad because it's going to be the after effects of Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually taking a step back. I'm like, I'm not going to go out for a while until I absolutely have to, because I think it's going to be bad again before it gets better.
Yeah, I agree with all that. I think.
I mean, are people doing that there? Are people like, whatever?
It does seem like that. It does seem like, I mean, from my perception here in New York is different than the rest of the country, but the idea that this vaccine is the cure, or, I think there was a positive result from somebody who had taken the vaccine that they don't know how long it lasts. So if you got the vaccine a month ago and you got exposed, they don't even know what the duration of the vaccine is. It's not a permanent, inoculation. Is that the right word I used? Inoculation?
I don't know.
I really did. Every time I see somebody on the news getting I think about you and how you thought like they should just jump up and start tap dancing. That makes me laugh. Every time I see it, I think of that. So I did get on a Instagram live around 7:00 on New Year's Eve. And that was the first time I had done something like that. I think you and I talking like this, not that we have some huge audience, but it might have given me the confidence to jump on with the guy who did the marathon thing before Christmas. Him and I jumped on and did like an end of year review for the magazine. And it was really fun. It was fun. And then you see people sign on and people are talking, and then I look back like yesterday and there were like 300 views of it. So there's only so many people that are in the room at the time, but then people I may have shared it or watched it afterwards.
But I think that's a lot considering it's like New Year's and people are, God knows what they're doing, or,
Well, that's why we did it like 7:00.
Yeah.
And so and that's probably why we started drinking champagne, because I was getting a little nervous before and I said, I want to have like a glass of champagne when I get on this. So I'm chatty, Yeah. And so that started a little too early probably, but we did make it till midnight, about 12:05.
He seemed really into it as well.
Yeah. He was excited. I mean, he's a comedian. And like I said, he's like a good MC. His energy was up. He was ready to do it. So I know that I had told you about this one street artist who I had kind of confronted, and he canceled himself. And I had told you this whole story. Well, he also uses fake accounts. And I am dead ass positive that he was on there with his fake account and like just saying all kinds of things. And as I'm talking, because it's like if you and I were doing this, had an audience and the audience is commenting. Sure. So it does it could either add to the conversation or it could kind of throw you off. And in my back of my mind, I said, I wanted to say something, but then I just ignored it. And I was like, I know it's him. I knew it was him. And he was saying all kinds of weird things. And I was like, this asshole is sitting watching me talk for an hour and a half. I was like, that's how much I got under your skin, buddy.
Yeah, which is pretty lame. Like if you're going to actually sit there for that long, I think you did the right thing by not giving any bait. It
was so fun. I wanted to say, oh, I can't believe people are on here with their fake accounts. Like, I just wanted to like say something because it was just so obvious to me. And then I was like, I'm just going to ignore it. But
Yeah.
it was funny because the comments were like so frequent. Like once in a while somebody would say something, but he was always chiming in. And I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
Lame.
Yeah, that is. That is like, how was your New Year's? What were
Right?
you up to?
You were trying to, oh, well, because this is what he said. That really, I was like, nobody would talk about. And he said, how is Sold Magazine's relationship with this artist? Question mark. And I was like, no one would ask that question. It's you,
Yeah.
Dave. It's you. You like.
And it wasn't related to the actual conversation at hand. It was, yeah. Exactly.
Well, the thing was that I was being so positive. I was thanking artists that did the Stay at Home series with us. I was thanking, and I had like next to my phone, because it wasn't this, it was my phone. And then I had the computer with like a spreadsheet, and I had all these names, and I was just reading off names, and I was saying thank you, and then some of my other contributors had like top 5 lists. So we were talking about things that happened in the year. And, you know, every once in a while somebody'd say something. He's just like, how is your relationship with this artist? and both me and Tony just ignored it. Because I was like, I have to ask him if he was tipped off, you know, like thought that was strange.
Well, you didn't give your haters a reason to hate, which is what I've always.
Or I am giving them a reason to be upset. They're upset. They're so upset with me. But it's funny because when all of this happened and I had, you know, called them out for whatever, it was like, well, who the fuck do you think you are? And I'm like, well, obviously you're so upset. I guess I am somebody.
Yeah, you just. Yeah,
You know, I don't know. You seem so bothered. And that was months ago. So I just kind of thought like the first time I had kind of publicly put myself out there talking like this, I mean, other than, you know, the two of us talking.
Well, I like that you did it, and it was a good time that you did it too. Like you said, it was at 7:00 was a good moment to do that. And yeah, I mean, what's your feeling about people who do these? I mean, are you one of these people that does like New Year's resolutions? Because I'm not into that. No. Yeah, me neither.
I used to work at a gym, and you know, it was always so funny the people you saw for the month of January, you never saw them again.
Oh, I'm sure.
Joke, and you know, I mean, I think that whole gym culture thing is gone, but still, even with the yoga studio, and that's when they run their promotions and stuff, because everybody's, you know, doing their New Year's resolutions. I had, you remember the fish?
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
One of my old roommates, his last name was Fisher, and Nicole and I called him the Fish. He was like 6'5", Canadian, and he was a salesman at the gym. That's how I met him. And he would go sober for the month of January. So that was his, but that's what he did every year. And then I think his birthday was like the beginning of February. So, and then everything was out the door,
Yeah.
you know, but he always went like dry for January.
Yeah, I've heard that people doing that too. No, I can, if I ever try to make improvements, they're never in January. They're always like in September-ish. I don't know, like end of summer, begin. Maybe it's because I'm a teacher, and when I start, you know, my year kind of starts in September. So if I've ever done anything,
that makes sense.
It's there, but
yeah,
no.
I think sometimes I get like, maybe around my birthday, I feel like, oh, it's the second half, you know, because it's in the middle of the, you know, of the year.
Yeah, well, I was told that I should try to keep my negativity, like keep that to a minimum for 2021. Maybe try to put the positive spins on things, but I don't know how that's gonna work.
That someone suggested a New Year's resolution for you on your behalf?
Yeah, that's not gonna work, I don't think. It's not working out. Because no sooner than, 9 hours past the stroke of midnight was I making comments at the messages coming through the chats that we were getting. Pictures of people who all mixed together during the holidays. I'm talking 4 or 5 households together, singing, dancing, close together, blah, blah, blah. Next, they go for a hike in the middle of the woods. I'm sorry, but you have to be either ignorant or you just don't give a shit. I mean, one or the other, or just very stupid. How can you wear a mask in the middle of the woods? Why would you wear a mask in the middle of the woods with no people around? Like, what are you protecting yourself from? A wild boar with COVID?
But then the night before you were at a party?
No, then these people they don't wear masks when they're with people in a house together. But then when they go out in the middle of nowhere, they start putting on masks. Like, what are you doing? I can't help but comment on that. I'm sorry, but I can't.
But they're sharing both pictures, so they're not even trying to hide that the night before
Yeah.
they're doing the opposite?
Yeah, so who are you trying to fool? Are you trying to show
I
me
guess they're not trying to fool anybody.
the animals in the woods, I guess.
Well, I was going to say, like, if they went out there to take the picture because they aren't showing anybody else what they were doing the night before because they know.
That would entail some smart thinking, though, there. You know, that would entail some manipulation to some degree. There's not even any of that involved. It's just like, let's make snow angels with masks on. I'm
Did
like,
did you see the video of the Beach Boys at Mar-a-Lago?
no. Should I?
No, just, there was like a big party, big Republican party, and no masks, hundreds of people, and the Beach Boys were there. I think Vanilla Ice was there too. I'm not sure. I think Vanilla Ice was there.
I read something about Miami and partying, but I didn't see anything about that. No, that and the Kirk Cameron thing I saw in the news.
Oh, yeah.
Which, by the way, which reminded me of, which I had to laugh at when I heard it was similar to the prank call on Howard when they called in the radio station, calling him like a Christian radio station, trying to like talk about how the government shouldn't get involved. And I want to go around the Christmas tree with my family. I want a turkey. I want my grandma. Fuck the government. Next sentence. I want to introduce them all to my big gay boyfriend.
Oh, yeah. Where is this where we're not on the same page? Yeah, that was so great. Oh my God. I was like trying to remember which one.
I know, it's 2 weeks ago already, but yeah, it was funny.
No, it was so good. My big gay boy. Oh, like all.
This is not my fellow American.
Yeah. Will you make a cake for me? Yeah, no, Howard is the best at pointing out the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
It's all around us. Yeah, hypocrisy is all around us. It seems like the most religious people are the most selfish. And yeah.
So what do you see happening for this year? What's your take? How's this year going to go down?
Oh, God. The whole year? How about this month?
Well, you did predict last year. You said to me, you shouldn't be ringing in the new year alone. This is not going to go well. I mean, do you have to?
Well, I don't think I threw up last year. So I threw up this year. Does that mean anything? I don't know.
Well, I was going to ask you that, actually. So yeah, that's a good thing.
It was a couple years ago. I remember the last time New Year's didn't go well. But I don't have any predictions. I really don't, because I mean, I definitely want to get out of the house more, but I do think that we're going to be in this situation for a while longer. And I'm starting to get stir crazy. I was really okay with it. If you go back and like listen to us talking, I was fine. I thought we had a good situation. I love the people I live with. I'm, other than financial hardships, talking to you has been helpful, and I was all right. I'm getting stir crazy, really. Like I
Plus,
can only,
it's getting cold there too, so you're probably like feeling more trapped, no?
yeah. And then honestly, like we had a couple spots that we could go and sit outside and, get a sandwich or something and just
Yeah.
get out of the house. And now they can't have, it's just too cold anyway to have the outdoor seating, but they don't even have limited indoor seating, which I understand. I do. It's all fine, but I think now it's starting to get to me. Just being in the house all the time is just, I feel, uh, yeah. But I do think we're gonna have to hang tight for a little bit longer. So,
I don't think I'll be seeing you this summer. I just have a feeling.
well, so what I have been doing, like I said, I'm not really like kicking in the new year yet because I've been binge watching a lot. So let's talk about what we've.
Yes.
And I got my mother onto Netflix finally. Like she signed on. We made her an account, and then she was like, I don't know. One day it just like, and I think she had to reboot her computer or something. So she finally got back on there because I said, Mom, you can't watch regular television anymore.
No.
She's watching reruns of stuff she's already seen, and
No. Got to get with the program.
on all day. There's nothing wrong with that. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
So would you get her what to watch?
Grace and Frankie.
Okay. Well,
And
she's
so
probably like that, no?
loves it. Well, she was like halfway through it when this thing happened. So she was looking forward to getting to it. And so then I told her she's got to watch Ozarks. And I was giving her like a good list. So we'll see how she does. But what have you been watching?
I was about to start Cobra Kai last night, but something happened and I didn't watch it. But that's what I'm going to start watching right now.
We'll talk about that next week.
You've watched the whole thing? You're done?
Halfway.
I watched two things that are old, but I was looking at an article and it said like mini series that could be good because I like those they're not like a movie, they're not like a show, but it's somewhere in the middle there.
Like we were talking about Queen's Gambit. Like I feel like that was a movie script that they turned into because I don't see that being another season. You saw that, right?
No, you told me about it though. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. But like that. Like I don't see it being a season 2 because it feels like it all wrapped up.
Well, Safe I watched with Michael C. Hall, which I honestly, it was entertaining, but it was no masterpiece by any means. But it was entertaining, okay, and I know you saw it as well. And then that other one that you said you finished last night, Unbelievable. Which again,
title. Terrible title.
Terrible title. It's like, oh, okay, we don't need to watch this. We know what the plot is now.
What if you were to rename that, what would you rename it?
That's a good question. I don't know. I need time to think about that. Why, you have an answer to that already?
Well, I'd name it like the two girls, like Toni Collette and Zoe, Nurse Zoe. Like I'd just name it like their two names.
They were good.
I can't remember their names anymore, but
yeah, me neither.
Names were.
I can't remember their names either.
Okay. Mac the Knife. When that all, I was laughing so hard because you assume, I assumed a couple things from the nickname. I won't say no spoilers, but when you found out why he was named Mac the Knife, I was laughing so hard. Like I think I started crying.
That was good. Yeah.
It's not funny at all. It's totally a cop drama. Yeah. And I love cop shows. Like you and I talked about True Detective.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. And it almost is like that kind of.
It is like that, yeah.
And then it's like Thelma and Louise too.
I liked them a lot together. They were good. But and the girl reminded me, I don't know if you saw this, but the girl Marie reminded me a little bit of the one from Ozark, Ruth from Ozark. She had that look to her.
I love Ruth.
Yeah.
She was awesome. I'd watch her in anything else.
I think I read that that's not being That's not coming out again, or did I read that wrong? Ozark.
Another season. The brother, yeah, I don't know.
There should be another, but I don't know if it was renewed. I have to check up on that.
Was there kind of a cliffhanger at the end? I'm trying to think. The brother, I'm trying to remember what happened in the end. Okay.
The woman was killed. The lawyer was killed.
Oh, right. The tall woman.
Yeah.
With the terrible high-waisted pants. That's what I remember.
Helen. That was her name. Why do I remember that, but I don't remember the names from the show that I watched yesterday? Well, whatever.
But yeah, unbelievable, terrible title. I thought it was really good, but you're right. You have to get through like the first 2 episodes or first 2 things, because I would have turned it off if you didn't tell me.
Yeah.
Like then Toni Collette shows up and you're like, oh, now this is like cop drama and getting into like, who did it.
Yeah.
Good.
So yeah, what are you watching? Anything else besides the Karate Kid to be continued?
We finished as many episodes as were available of the British baking show, the Great British Baking Show. And then I made...
Wait, is that like a contest thing? Okay, yeah. Yeah.
So good. So good. So good.
Because I was watching with Violetta, it was a 6-part show. Candyland. Did you see this? No. I didn't even know how we got onto this. We accidentally ran into it, but it was something from Food Network where it was one of those game type shows where they'd like recreate things from the game Candyland, like real life.
Wait, okay, so my question is this American?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds cool. So that sounds cool.
So
there's all these different. Okay, so this is my observation with the difference between, because what I like about the British baking show, and I'm not a Food Network person. I'm not that's my sister, but it does get you kind of into it. It's very much like,
Hell's Kitchen? No.
No. The clothes, the designer, Project Runway.
Yeah.
Like the way that it's filmed and the way that it's put together, it's very much like that. The difference between British competition reality shows and American they don't have like the people behind the cameras like instigating things and telling them to like, causing
the drama's less, you mean? Like the
drama? Yeah, but if you watch like Project Runway, a lot of that's like instigated by the people. Being that I'm a seasoned reality appearance, I've been on one reality show. They do, like, the people behind the cameras are instigating drama while this stuff's going on, and they play to these people who kind of get riled up about things. And I think, especially with some of those shows, I appreciate the skills, ones like Project Runway, like these people are actually designing clothes. But when they almost pick the people who are gonna be drama queens, and I hate that.
But doesn't make for good TV?
I'm over it. I don't like that. I really am watching to see the competition. So what I notice with these British shows, they're just not doing that. Like, all of the people who are competing with each other are supporting each other. Everybody's really nice to each other. There's no drama. You're just watching the baking. And they have like 2 comedians that go around and like, they try to be funny with the contestants, but there's no like instigated drama. And that's my observation. And Americans suck. I mean, we all suck, but like American TV is, I'm really into. Then I got a subscription to BritBox, and
I can't believe it.
But I told you that everybody on that show says oregano.
I'm so glad I told you about it beforehand.
Anyway, that's just my 2 cents on reality shows in other countries.
Could be. Although a lot of those shows are copied off of American shows, though, too.
Right, but they're it's, I don't
They're
know.
just done differently, I guess. Yeah.
Like, I can't watch those Real Housewives. All they do is fight. I don't want to watch that. I guess
I
some
have,
people do,
I have to be honest. I've never even seen one episode of that.
but
Never
that's
seen.
what it is.
Never seen an episode of The Bachelor or The Housewives. But
Wait,
you
hold
hear
on.
about it all the time.
But you remember one that we did used to watch?
I know what you're gonna say. I don't know if I'm too embarrassed to say it. I'll just let you say it in case it's not what I'm thinking.
Bret Michaels' Rock of Love. We loved that show. And I loved the New York one too. The girl that was on Flavor of Love, and then she had the
The tequila.
No, not that one. Not that one. No, her name was New York, and she was on the Flavor Flav one. And
I
then
like
she had the
that.
spinoff. Okay, so see, this is the thing. That's like 15 years ago, right? Like 12, 15 years ago. It was when you were living in the States. I think that was when it was a little newer, this concept of crazy reality television. And you get burnt out. I don't want to see people fighting. I do like the skill shows.
Yeah. Well, you sound very mature. You don't like the drunken fights? Is that what you're saying? You don't want to see Bret Michaels mud wrestle with a bunch of titty.
It was a time and a place. It's a time and a place. We did enjoy that, right? It was good.
I remember when I moved here, I think it was the very last season that he did it. And I would be watching that, and Eduardo would come in, and he's like, again with this guy? Like, he's still going? He's still looking for love in all the wrong places.
And then Jersey Shore started. And you remember how offended all the Italians were?
I never watched it, but yeah, I know.
All Italians were so offended. Do you know that they still have shows like, and the one guy, that Paulie D, he's had so much, like, I don't know what he's done
He looks ridiculous.
It's like, why do you do that when you're so young? Like, I mean, guys, it's not, wow. I think he even looks like his eyes drooping a little bit. He's just got so much Botox or whatever going on.
Yeah, they copied a show of that here in Spain. Like a show, I don't know the name of it, Gandia Shore. I don't know. It's something like a beach in Valencia that they copied. The same premise and everything. It's like, really, that's the best that you want to take from the United States? Like a bunch of drunkards puking all over a big house that they have? Like, I don't know. It's just
That's
ratings. I don't know.
Yep. All right.
With that, okay, so I'm going to get on Cobra Kai tonight, and then we could reminisce about the 80s.
Yeah, there's a lot of the 80s references are throughout. You'll appreciate it.
Okay, good.
I'll discuss that next week.
So, all right, well, here's to 2021, and hope it's a good one.
By the way, this is Dylan Egan, my mug, by the way. Dylan Egan. There's a horse on this side and a crow on this side. And Dirk Cobain on my sweatshirt. These are not the artists who were on the channel.
All right, I love the crow side.
Yeah. All right.
All right, take care.
Happy New Year.
Same. Bye.